I just stepped off the USPA Poseidon, and I can tell you that it was a very long day of hunting in this new search zone. We took off for a total of about 9 hours in the air. Took about 2.5 hours to get there, and they combed the search area that we were assigned, that this particular plane was assigned, for about 4 hours. And one of the pilots described it perfectly. It's like mowing the ocean. You go back and forth across the ocean at a low altitude looking for debris. This plane did spot some debris, and there was a bit of excitement. The plane tipped to the right. They got very, very close to the ocean. Some white debris, some orange rope, a blue bag, but it wasn't significant enough to say that it was connected to the plane at all. The ship was dispatched to these coordinates just to make sure. There were a couple of other sightings by 2 other countries that we heard from the pilot of this P-8. But as far as we can tell, there hasn't been anything that, at least on visuals, that appear to be any debris directly connected to the plane.
Okay, I want to back up just a bit,
as far as this new search area, it does appear to be a calmer area, but certainly a vast area. Carol?
Yeah, I wanted just to back up a little bit and explain to our viewers, this new search area is 700 miles away from the original search area. And the way that investigators arrived at this new area, they figured the plane was going faster than they previously thought. It ran out of fuel earlier, and it probably crashed 700 miles north of where they originally thought. So the pilots aboard that plane have probably been searching over the past several days. Are they frustrated that it's now a whole new area and the other area doesn't matter anymore? How are they feeling about that?
You know, the interesting thing is that it just looks like they're doing their jobs. I kept asking the same thing. How can you stare out the window and look at this seemingly endless space again and again and again? This was their 9th time out at sea at a completely new area, and they just seem to be taking it in stride. What I heard from several of them is that they understand, as people who take to the air, 3 of them were pilots, they understand this feeling of families needing something in case of a catastrophic end. And so that's something that they seem to be carrying with them throughout the day that helps them with, certainly is a difficult search.
I want to put up a new image that we got into CNN. This is from a New Zealand plane. They spotted debris down in this new search area that might be something, because we've heard the new debris was spotted by 5 different planes. This debris is rectangular in shape, and this is sadly the only image we have, but you can see that rectangular shape there. Other images surrounding that one are different colors, and they're a bit longer, but most of them are rectangular. So I'm just going to ask you a question, Keon, because I don't know in what order these planes take off. So did the P-8 take off after hearing word that debris was spotted in this new area?
I don't know the breakdown of when the New Zealand plane spotted that debris and when the P-8 spotted this debris. I can tell you that the white debris that was spotted by this one of them appeared to be circular, then others were various shapes that were also white. But that's one of several in this particular sighting. The way the pilot, the crew member explained it to us is that one patch of white debris, some orange string, and then a blue bag.
So as you're looking out the window and you're seeing this debris, you're probably getting pretty excited too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I actually happened to I couldn't see all of it, but there was a camera that is just in front of the front landing gear and, saw a very brief shot of what looked like, to my very untrained eye, some rope. But, I couldn't tell what that was. So, yeah, at one point, sure, everyone on board got a little excited, but it's impossible to tell from that distance what anything is.
I read an article online, and, you can take this with a grain of salt. I understand that, but this article said that you know, these planes are going out so often that the pilots now and the crew on board are suffering from fatigue. Have you seen any sign of that?
Fatigue is a big concern. I won't say that it's a problem because it's something that they are all aware of, at least the crew that we were with. You saw them rotate. After 30 minutes to an hour, they were constantly self-checking or checking each other and making sure that they rotate, because fatigue, certainly if you stare out at the same space again and again and you have to stay alert, that's going to be a problem. And that's why they constantly talked about it, and they were constantly standing up and changing positions.